Okay, so let's continue with this one. Connected and deploy.
Sir, are you talking? Because I'm not able to hear you anything.
I'm waiting for it to deploy.
Your voice is very low. Okay. My class ನಾನು I was trying that Dir Buster.
Hmm.
Just I have seen that hint, but I made a complete entry, but it was not searching for any brute forcing, like any files and all. It was 0, 0.
Can you show that? Can you show your screen at this point?
No, what use?
No. Okay.
Uh, because it was taking more than 15 minutes, and after completion, nothing was there.
Okay. Mm, okay. Let's see. What I'll do on my system is
Okay.
when I'll run it. Okay. So I'll show you what's happening. So maybe there was an issue with the any particular parameter. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. So the system should be up now. As of now, we only have this one directory to only have this IP. There's no website. Just this server is running. So I mentioned that we could use a tool like Derb or Derbuster. Now Derbuster is a graphical version. You can use Derb within the command line itself. So what I do is Derb and this host name or URL I need to give it. So the URL would be HTTP and this IP because there's nothing else currently, and just run it.
But we need to check for the word list also, right?
Word list it's using by default this user share derb word lists. It has its own default word list that it's going to use here. You can specify a word list if you want. That's not an issue, but
They are mentioned as a medium .txt, the Buster 2.3. So I thought I need to use that.
oh, they have mentioned that. Okay,
In hint.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that thing. Okay, let me just check exactly which one they're talking about. Uh, Derbuster 2. Okay, okay, okay. So they're using the Derbuster 2.3 medium word list. Okay, no problem. So with this derb, after the URL, you can specify the word lists. So
Is
after the
there no need
URL,
of taking a particular port?
port, see by default, it's on port 80. When we ran the scan yesterday, we saw that it was on port 80. So we don't need to tell it the port because that is what, port 80 is the default and that is what is being used. If it's a separate port,
But remote
yeah,
desktop is 3389, sir.
yes, remote desktop is 3389. So
So we need to check with that for the passwords and all.
Remote desktop, like we are not trying to brute force the password for RDP. We are
Okay.
trying to brute force the directories on the web server. We're trying to figure out what web pages exist on the web server that is running.
Oh, even 80 I tried, but I felt like we need to check for this thing. Again, I tried for, I didn't get any results, so I tried for 3389 also.
3389, 3389 is RDP. So unless you have the credentials, you can't log in. And the only other option then you have is like you'll have to brute force your way through that. So either you do that, but usually brute forcing a password is it's actually kind of a waste of time and should only be used as sort of a last resort when you have nothing else left
Okay.
to do. Because again, brute forcing, it's time consuming, and it may turn out to be a complete waste of time, since you might not even get anything from it. You might not be able to actually do anything with the brute forcing as well. Like there's no guarantee that you will be able to crack the password. That's what I'm trying to say. So brute forcing, only use it as a last resort. Otherwise, try to see what else you can do. So here we have this web server. Now we don't know the website, but we can try to find out. And they mentioned that 2.3 medium, right? Okay. Shared Buster word lists and 2.3 medium, right? Directory list 2.3 medium. So user shared Dirbuster. So Dirbuster has its own word lists. So we can use that here. So this is the word list file being used. Let's see. It's taking a while because like it's a lengthy word list, like longer than the default one that it uses. Try running this again.
It takes more time, sir. Even that graphical also I tried that.
Yeah,
It was
even what?
checking that dirt buster, that
Okay.
graphical representation. So I made entry of this, and for the directory, it was when I googled it, DVWA need to check like that. They have mentioned. So I tried that, and I tried root also. But
Okay.
almost it was taking more than 15 minutes
Oh, yeah.
to scan that directory file, txt file.
Just answer the door. I could try running a vulnerability scan, see if one of the HTTP scripts finds something.
So just check that IP is accessible.
IP.
Yeah. I tried in my machine. It came, then later on it went off. So
Let me try. Let me try again.
okay,
Mm.
it's there.
For now,
Yeah,
it is
accessible.
accessible.
Yeah.
Okay. And like there's still time before it expires.
For me, in first time, I'm not able to get that access to that IP again. I guess I need to restart.
Make sure you don't forget to like
Yeah, yeah,
do
you're right.
this.
I forgot. I forgot to run that OpenVPN. Yeah. Sir, you are on mute.
Okay. So, see, we've come across this website. Okay, when we ran GoBuster, we found this directory retro, accessed it. So, this is the website that is present on the server. So, we've reached this Retro Fanatics website, and it says it's about retro games, books, and movies. If you take a look at the posts that are present on this website, so it's mostly just about retro gaming. Okay, most of the posts are like that. So Pac-Man, Zelda, Tron. So these are just old games and stuff. So it's talking about them. And okay, so now you can go through the articles themselves if you want, but it's not like these articles have something that will help you hack it, because see, it's talking about, like, let's say in this example, it's in this article, it's talking about Pac-Man, but that does not necessarily give us any kind of insight about the website itself. Okay, uh, if you scroll down, you'll see something known as login. So let's see, there is a login portal here, and again, it's a WordPress website. Let's try this admin and admin, the typical default credentials. Invalid username. Okay, so as of now, again, we don't really know the kind of usernames that exist on this website, but there is one user which we can see from all the posts. Okay, so that user is Wade. And okay, so all of the posts that you will see on this website, you see that this person has made all these posts. So everything, there's just no, it kind of indicates that there's just one person on the entire website. Okay, and this vulnerability scan basically returned nothing. Now I can use WP scan, so WordPress scan, and I also want to enumerate users, see if there's anyone else that can be found. We already know there's Wade, but what about presence of other users? Okay, so the only user identified is Wade, no one else. Okay,
Where it is, sir? This one.
see, it says users identified.
Okay, okay.
So just Wade, and it's actually just one user, but it's just in this case they've used the lowercase w, and this in the second one it's uppercase. So it's just one user, but WordPress is not really case sensitive when it comes to that. So all right. So based on this, we don't really get any new information that would be useful to us. Okay, we already knew that it's a Microsoft server, and we already know that there's Wade, who's like who's the user. So I guess we have to go through these posts. Let's see what happens. Hello world. So it's kind of the first post on the new log shares level. Okay, nothing here. Some other posts like it's just this is all just about again retro games and movies and books and stuff. Oh, okay. So we're at the end of the session. So try to actually try to look around on the website, see if you can find anything that might be a hint or that might give us any kind of information which we can use to further attack.
Website means like whatever site the posts you are telling.
Yeah, this website, no, the one that you access here,
Okay.
this retro thing.
No, you told other websites. So whatever they have posted, recent posts they have mentioned.
No,
Do I
other
need?
websites. What other websites exactly?
No, you told actually check for the other website like that.
No, no, check around this website itself, not
Okay,
other
okay,
websites.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so other websites, they're not really related to this CTF at
Yes.
all. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Achha. Sir, just that Durbuster, if you go to that user interface, just what parameter I should mention? Can you just show me?
Okay, let's see. The screen
Durbuster.
is still visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Let me open that up. So one thing is you need to enter the target URL. So in this case, it would have been HTTP and our IP. Okay. Now you don't need to change this. You can increase the number of threads. So the number of parallel connections that it makes.
If you go faster, it will automatically take the 200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll take it to 200 if you just click on go faster. But again, even if you don't uh, do this, it's not like it's going to give you an error or anything. It's going to be a slower scan that way.
Okay.
Now it says select scanning type list based brute force. Okay, pure brute force is it's the kind of thing you don't want to do. So list based brute force or rather a dictionary attack, and then it's going to ask you for the word list. You click on browse, and okay, not within user, but we'll go to this one, this user share, and there's this Durbuster directory, this one, open word lists, and these are different word lists that you can use. So this is the one that was used in that case. Let's select this and select starting options, standard start point, that is fine. Brute
So
force direct.
DR to start with that no need of
This
changing.
don't change it, just let it be this. That is your starting point. So after this target, it will start from this. If you give it a starting point like A B C, then it's going to start from here. Okay,
Okay.
so but in that case you might miss out on some directory or some file. So just start from here to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. And brute force files as well if you want. For the files, the extension used will be PHP. And you can, after you do all this, just click on start. So it starts, and actually this can take a while. This can take a lot of time to complete. But the results, as soon as you keep getting more results, it will show them here. So it will show them as sort of a tree. So under this, you have retro, under retro, you have WB content, and so on and so forth. So you can let this scan run, or you can pause it, or you can stop it, and you see the results.
Yeah, with this also some index PHP and all is there, so we can check these things also, right?
You can, yeah, you can go to these pages. You can browse them in your. You can
Yeah.
browse to these pages. Okay, so but just make sure that you either you if you are typing in, make sure you type the entire path, or you have to make sure that
Okay.
you can just right click and do that. Open in browser. Some web pages either might not be completely responsive, or they may try to redirect you towards something else. Again, that depends on what kind of page it is. So you can that's how you can use this Derbuster.
Okay.
I prefer command line too, so I don't usually use Derbuster.
Okay.
But again, that's up to you. It's a question of personal preference.
Yeah.
If you want to stick to command line stuff, then you can use GoBuster.
But it gave many directories and all everything files
Yeah.
also, right? So, yeah.
So in that case, it's like the way it shows you the results. The formatting is one thing that you get with a GUI. So
Okay.
definitely. Okay. So
Yeah, tomorrow there is no class, no, sir?
no, there is no class tomorrow.